Radona from Boys and Girls Hairstyles. Today I have Helen with me, and if you've been watching my videos, she's obviously one of my clients from the first day I started. She's been with me for so many years. I love it so much. She's amazing. And we have done videos of her growing out her hair. It's been short and spiky. So what I wanted to tell you is we actually did her color, but excuse me, my goodness. I did 3 blonde to 1 red. Last time we put a lot more red in, which she loved all through the fall. Now it's spring, we're gonna start, oh yeah, and it drips. We lightened it just a little bit. So we still have some red in there, but we lightened it a little bit. But I'm excited to show you when we're done where we're at on the growing out process. So we are obviously gonna take this back up. I've, told you guys that this is one of the main things, is to keep this back cut up short, just to catch up the sides and the front with the back. And even, I just want to show you guys what's cool is, we was clear up here, and now you can start to see that these sides are starting to even out with this back. So yeah, it's really fun. But I thought it would be so awesome to do another video and show you guys. Goodness, sorry. Of where Helen's hair growing out process is, huh, Helen?
Yeah.
And she's actually, done so well. Usually on the growing out process, like, it can be hard, and people come back and be like, cut it off. I mean, we have done that before, but this time she is doing it. So, okay, so I'm gonna take from the top of the ear, just gonna clip that out of the way. And then the middle part here, I'm going to keep it tight. Just by the nape, I'm gonna keep it tight there. Okay, gonna come to this side. And Helen, it's so funny, she's like, it really does grow like this back. There's just so much back here. And I'm like, yeah. And then one of the funniest things that I absolutely love to hear is she come back and she's like, yeah, I really can tell it's growing, because we was at my grandson's baseball game. The wind was blowing. She's like, it's the first time that the wind's been like in my hair, or at my face, my hair in my face with the wind. And so yeah, it's funny. That definitely means it's growing. Okay, so you guys can see I'm gonna just hold this back a little bit more, just because we wanna keep this length here to come in with this. So I'm keeping this back. Okay, and then I'll come to the middle. Keep this tight. Move this hair out of the way there. You can see that I just like to come and match it up with this guide point. And remember, pull back. Because we're wanting that to stay a little bit longer to fall in with the front, because we're growing that. But yet we want this short back here. Okay, now take this. You can see this guide point. Let me show you this. Okay, so this is where we end from this part, okay? You can see the angle coming out. Out to this long point out here. Okay, same thing on this side. Gonna go from that guide point out to this, the longest point here. Okay, same thing. You can hold this back a little bit So see, you can see when you hold it back, there's not as much to take off, but that's obviously because it's growing. Okay, same with this one. Okay, bring this back. Okay, so that keeps this all tight, but yet you have that length here that's starting to grow out. Okay, now the rest of it, I'm gonna go a 90-degree angle, but I'm barely gonna take the edges off. So when people say, I wanna grow my hair out so they don't cut it, wrong thing to do. You just barely want to trim that. And you can see, I mean, I'm not cutting, I'm just trimming this area. Now, obviously, back here, we need to cut because we want to keep it in a cute style, but keeping the back away helps the top and front grow. And it's crazy because after we dry it, I will show you guys, it does show off how much length she has gained from taking this back off. Okay, same thing again, just little trim. Okay, now the sides. I'm gonna hold this straight out. We are growing, remember, so we just wanna take the ends, but yes, we do wanna trim them. We don't wanna just let them go. So just barely trim those ends. Make sure I get this front. Just trim those, okay. And then this, the sides. Just trim. Okay. The top. Helen, you doing good?
Yep.
Any advice you want to give anybody with growing out your hair?
Patience.
That is awesome. That's probably the best advice you can get. But you know, it's fun. She's had lots of compliments.
Yeah.
So that's been fun for her too, because she had tons of compliments when it's short. And so, you know, it was kind of hard for her too to decide, do I want to? Because I mean, she had people coming out of town for me to get their hair cut because of her short hair. So it was kind of hard. Like, do we grow it? Do we not? And so yeah, we have, but it's working good. Okay, so same thing here. I'm just gonna trim it. Just kind of point cut into that. And then after, if excuse me, if we decide we need to you know, texturize or cut any more, just so it doesn't feel heavy, then we can once we're done. But I do just like to barely trim these edges because we are growing. Okay, now on these sides, I bring it down. Same thing, you can see I'm just barely trimming that. But all of that is starting to fill in. See, I mean, we had that clear up over her ear. Now that's over her ear and it is starting to match up with this back. So it's fun. If you guys want to go back and watch that video, I mean, we used to cut it above her ear, behind here was super short. Now all this is grown in. So it's really fun. It's fun to watch. So same thing here. Just barely take those ends. Okay, and then all of this just fills in and we'll just keep it going. Okay, but texture, definitely when growing out, huh?
Yes.
You just come through here. especially because after having short hair and you start growing out, it is going to feel like maybe
not done.
Yeah, there you go. It's not done. Like it's hanging and it's heavy. And so even though you are going for, excuse me, a different look, like something more, you know, soft and not spiky and up, is just, excuse me, my goodness, getting used to it. So but to have texture while you're doing that always helps, for sure. Okay, now the mousse. Definitely want the mousse to give it some hold, but yet it will give it volume too. Okay, and you guys, this is the volume and lift spray. And sometimes, you know, when I would use the root lifter, this is what's replaced it. So you can kind of come put it in that root area. Just kind of rub it in. Okay, now we're gonna dry. So the back, we're just gonna dry down. Helen, you're gonna love that back being gone, huh? Yes, it does feel like that too, doesn't it? After you're like, what's all this hair doing? So I am drying the opposite way just to give her a little bit of fullness. Okay, now the opposite way. Okay, now I'm going to come back here. Just going to take a little section, start round brushing. And you can see I have it soft and wet back here. A lot of it's at least 80% dry. If it's too wet, it's going to pull on your hair, and it's going to take a long time to do your hair. So we want it a little bit dry. Oh, it's going to be fun, the color, Helen. Brighten it a little bit for spring. That's fun. It'll be a good change too. Yeah. Oh, did you? I don't know if you guys heard her, but she's like, then my natural highlighting, it just blends right in. That's a good thing. That's what we like. Those are natural highlights anyway. just bringing this over to the side. Okay, then after I dry it, I just put it on low. I'm gonna dry it, put it in its spot. Just going through and making sure it's all dry. Okay, now just on our sides. We always like to just come through, use the flat iron. Just to flatten that out. And Helen's so good at doing her hair. She is, she's always been good at it. Okay, so through this area, and this is what I love, you guys, is once you round brush, like you have that fullness instead of just letting it dry on its own, which you can, but people will say, oh, I don't have, you know, I don't feel like I have, my hair won't do anything. But if you take a little extra minute to get used to the round brush and use the round brush, you will get a lot more body. Then you go back through and, you know, obviously flat iron it. But yet you have the bounce. Okay, so I'm gonna take.
Oh, I do like the color.
Do you like that? Good. She said she likes the color. It's fun, just kind of. You still have that red, but it's bright. You know, the blonde. So, just gonna use a little bit of the paste. Come through so we can. I'm gonna do this first before I back comb. See, I cannot believe it. Like. I want to go back and watch your video. I mean, because I see it each time you come in, but really to see like how much has grown over your ears and how full that is. And all of this too, because that was really short. And that's
this starting to catch.
Yep, this is really starting to catch up because that took a minute.
Yeah, that one did.
But it's definitely, because it has to go all the way.
Yeah,
you know what I
well,
mean?
It started with short. I mean.
Yeah, extra short. It's so true. So yeah, it's fun. Okay, we will back comb. And then I will give you the, I'll twirl the chair so we can see the side view too. When I back comb, I always love to spray underneath, which obviously I guess if you've watched my other videos, you probably knew I was gonna say that because I definitely love to just spray. Just helps it stay in. Oh yeah, that's gonna blend real good when that grows out. Super fun. Okay, then this side. And it's so awesome, like, to see what our haircut came from, and then to know that, like, you're actually seeing more of like a stacked A-line. Like, it's really fun. It's fun to see it. Okay, I'm gonna turn her so I can see what we've done here. How's it feeling, dear? Good. Good.
Yeah, I'm glad I went light.
Yeah, see, that's fun. See, like she was just saying, you guys, she was glad that she went light. Fun to change it, so. Okay, so awesome. Okay, now I'm gonna spray it, and then I'm going to spray the Gloss Shine. It's a shine spray for a finishing touch. And then I'm gonna turn her around so you guys can see her cute hair and how that is growing out. So thank you. Thank you. And we will keep you guys posted when she comes back. We'll just keep posting the videos. We did, you know, a haircut in between the last video and this one, but we wanted to show you this one instead of the last one, just so it's a little bit more of a change. So anyway, we will keep you posted on Helen's process of growing out her hair. So thank you for your support. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.